இது கீழே இப்படி படுக்கவே இல்லை. Welcome to SSR Pharma Media, your trusted source for pharma knowledge. HAP Exam Edge Series, MCQs for Success. Human Anatomy and Physiology. Today we are going to discuss about digestive system. Prepare, practice, succeed. So in digestive system, we are going to discuss about anatomy and functions of stomach, acid productions and regulations, pepsin role in protein digestion, small and large intestine, salivary glands, pancreas, liver and GI movements, digestion, absorption and disorders. So among these topics, we are going to discuss about important questions for various competitive exams like MRB, ESI, GPAT and drug inspector, etc. The stomach is located mainly in which abdominal region? Option A, right hypochondrium. Option B, left hypochondrium and epigastric. Option C, umbilical. Option D, right lumbar. So the answer is option B, left hypochondrium and epigastric region. So the stomach occupies mainly epigastric and left hypochondric region. So this is the left hypochondric region. Which part of the stomach is continuous with the esophagus? Option A, cardia. Option B, fundus. Option C, body. Option D, pylorus. So the answer is option A, cardia. So cardiac orifice connect the esophagus to the stomach. The pyloric sphincter regulates passage of food into option A, duodenum. Option B, jejunum. Option C, ileum. Option D, cecum. So the answer is option A, duodenum. So the pylorus controls gastric emptying into duodenum. So it's a duodenum. Rugae of the stomach are option A, lymphoid nodules. Option B, folds of mucosa. Option C, muscles layer. Option D, blood vessel. Answer is option B, folds of mucosa. So rugae are mucosal folds allowing stomach expansion. So this is called rugae. It's involving the stomach expansion. Which cell secretes intrinsic factor? Option A, Sheep cells. Option B, G cells. Option C, parietal cells. Option D, mucosal cells. So option C is the answer. Parietal cells secretes both HCl and intrinsic factor. So it's a structure of parietal cell which secrete the hydrochloric acids and intrinsic factor. Gastric glands in the fundus contains option A, only mucous cells. Option B, sheaths and parietal cells. Option C, only G cells. Option D, only globate cells. So the answer is option B, sheath and parietal cells. So fundic glands contain sheath cells secrete pepsinogen. Parietal cells secretes HCl and intrinsic factors. So which nerve provides parasympathetic innervation to stomach? Option A, pheneric nerve. Option B, hypopharyngeal glossopharyngeal nerve. Option C, vagus nerve. Option D, hypoglossal nerve. So the answer is option C, vagus nerve. It is a type of cranial 10th nerve. So it supplies the parasympathetic fibers. Which part of the stomach is most prone to gastric ulcer? Option A, fundus. Option B, cardia. Option C, lesser curvature near pylorus. Option D, greater curvature. So here the lesser and pyloric sphincters are there. So lesser ulcer commonly occurs along lesser curvature near pylorus. HCl in stomach is secreted by option A, sheep cells. Option B, G cells. Option C, parietal cells. Option D, D cells. So the answer is option C, parietal cells. So parietal cells secrete HCl via proton and potassium ATPase. So it's the structure of parietal cells secrete hydrochloric acid and intrinsic factor. Parasympathetic stimulations of parietal cells is mediated by option A acetylcholine, option B serotonin, option C dopamine, option D noradrenaline. So the answer is option A acetylcholine. So acetylcholine via M3 receptor stimulate HCl secretions. So in this video we are discussing only about the important questions MCQs for the various competitive exams. So friends, like, subscribe and share. Pepsinogen is secreted by chief cells. Option A, option B parietal cells, option C G cells, option D surface mucous cells. So the answer is option A chief cells. So chief cells secrete pepsinogen converted to pepsin by HCl. Pepsin act optimally at pH option A 2, option B 5, option C 7, option D 9. So the answer is option A 2. Pepsinogen requires acidic pH nearly 1.5 to 2 for activity. The longest part of the small intestine is option A duodenum, option B jejunum, option C ileum, option D cecum. So the answer is option C ileum. So ileum nearly 3.5 meter is longest. So this part is called ileum. Burner glands are represented in option A jejunum, option B ileum, option C duodenum, option D cecum. So the answer is option C duodenum. So burner glands in duodenum secretes alkaline mucus. Pear patches are prominent in option A duodenum, option B jejunum, option C ileum, option D cecum. So the answer is option C ileum. So ileum contains aggregated lymphoid tissue called Pear patches. Absorption of vitamin B12 occurs in option A duodenum, option B jejunum, option C ileum, option D stomach. So the answer is option C ileum. So vitamin B12 and intrinsic factor absorbed in the terminal ileum. So vitamin B12 absorbed along with the intrinsic factor. Without intrinsic factor, vitamin B12 will not be absorbed. Microvilli in the intestine increases. Option A secretions, option B absorption surface area, option C digestion of protein, option D peristalsis. So the answer is option B absorption surface area. So microvilli from brush border maximizing the absorption surface area. The total average length of the small intestine in adult is approximately option A 1.5 meter, option B 3 meter, option C 6 meter, option D 10 meter. So the answer is option C 6 meter. The small intestine nearly 6 meter long in adult. Which part of the small intestine is longest? Option A duodenum, option B jejunum, option C ileum, option D cecum. So the answer is option C ileum. So ileum nearly 3.5 meter is the longest segment of the small intestine, followed by jejunum, and duodenum is the shortest one. The large intestine in adult measures approximately option A 1 meter, option B 1.5 meter, option C 3 meter, option D 6 meter. So the answer is option B 1.5 meter of this large intestine. So intestine is about 1.5 meter long, extending from cecum to the anal canal. Which sequence correctly represent the order of segment of large intestine from the start to end? Option A cecum, jejunum, colon, rectum. Option B ileum, cecum, colon, rectum, anal canal. Option D duodenum, colon, rectum, cecum. Option D cecum, ileum, colon, rectum. So the answer is option B, ileum, cecum, colon, rectum, anal canal. Which part of large intestine has appendix? Option A, cecum. Option B, ascending colon. Option C, transfer colon. Option D, rectum. So the answer is option A, cecum. So appendix arises from posterior medial wall of the cecum. This is the posterior medial wall of the cecum. The large intestine in adult measures approximately 1 meter. Option A, option B 1.5 meter, option C 3 meter, option D 6 meter. So the answer is option B 1.5 meter. The large intestine is about 1.5 meter long, extending from cecum to the anal canal. Hustra of the colon are option A, lymphoid nodules, option B, pouches due to Taenia coli, option C, mucosal fold, option D, blood vessels. So the answer is option B, pouches due to Taenia coli. So Taenia coli contraction produces saculations. Primary functions of large intestine is option A, protein digestion, option B, absorption of water and electrolytes, option C, fat digestion, option D, glucose absorption. So the answer is option B, absorption of water and electrolytes. So large intestine absorbs water, electrolytes and vitamin K. Bacterial flora in colon mainly synthesize option A, vitamin C, option B, vitamin D, option C, vitamin K and B complex, option D, vitamin A. So the answer is option C, vitamin K and B complexes. So gut flora produces vitamin K, B12, folate and thiamine. Defecation reflex is mediated by option A, vagus nerve, option B, sacral parasympathetic nerve, option C, thoracic sympathetic nerve, option D, hypogastric nerve. So the answer is option B, sacral parasympathetic nerve. So S2, S4 parasympathetic nerve controls defecation. Which salivary gland produces serous secretion rich in amylase? Option A, sublingual, option B, submandibular, option C, parotid, option D, minor buccal glands. So option C is the answer. Parotid gland produces watery enzymes rich saliva. Exocrine pancreas secretes option A, insulin, option B, glucagon, option C, trypsinogen lipase amylase, option D, stomatostatin. Answer B. Answer C, trypsinogen lipase amylase. So exocrine pancreas secretes digestive enzyme and bicarbonate. Segmental contraction in intestines are called option A, peristalsis, option B, mass movements, option C, segmentation, option D, swallowing. So the answer is option C, segmentation. Segmentation makes chyme, unlike peristalsis which propel. Fat absorption requires option A, trypsin, option B, pepsin, option C, bile salts and lipase, option D, amylase. So the answer is option C, bile salts and lipase. So bile salts emulsify fats, lipase hydrolyze triglycerides. Bloating and diarrhea after consuming dairy products. This is most likely due to deficiency of option A, lactase, option B, sucrose, option C, maltase, option D, amylase. So the answer is option A, lactase. So lactase deficiency leads undigested lactose and bloating, diarrhea. Lactose intolerance is due to deficiency of option A, maltose, Option B, sucrose. Option C, lactase. Option D, amylase. So the answer you tell in the comment box. If you like this video, please subscribe and share. So all of you join in our WhatsApp community. You will get hands-out material and number of test series. Thank you. Like, subscribe and share.